It is Wednesday, the 13th of July, 2022. We're looking at the statue of Mary on Notre-Dame de Bonsecours Chapel. And I shifted my position to bring the statue of Mary, more centered between the two spires in the background, even a little to the right, which gives us a better view of the Ferris wheel, the Grand Roue. So yeah, we're post sundown. I would say by now the sun has gone below the horizon. I'm just going to shift things a little off to the left here. Get a little bit more of the Ferris wheel and hospital. So I was looking at the alignment of the sun, and you definitely have to be significantly to the right to get it lined up. Like I would, from looking from what I can see here, I'd say at least 30 feet to my right to get an alignment. Now, this is actually a nicer view, and you can get an alignment from this position, I'd say 3 to 4 days earlier. So the night, shall we say, of the...
Are you waiting for the fireworks?
I'll take a look.
Have a good night.
Yeah, so girl on rollerblades. Was wondering what I was taking photos of. Actually shooting video, so we got that recorded. But yeah, this is actually a very nice view from this position, with Mary slightly off to the right. So yeah, to get the sun going down behind Mary from this position, off the top of my head, I would be thinking in terms of the 8th or 9th of July would be the time to do that. Noticing a light in the background, but I think just out of the frame. Probably the landing lights of the aircraft, just slightly out of the frame above it. Yeah, I think we're done. She was asking me if I was waiting for the fireworks, and one could take images of the fireworks from this position. It's looking quite cloudy off in the east, so getting a moonrise shot might be problematic tonight. Last night was quite cloudy too. I was busy with, this kind of stuff and some other shots, so I just didn't even try very hard to get the moonrise, and I think it would have been quite difficult considering how much cloud there was. And even now, looking back to the east, not looking that promising, but I'll give it a shot. But essentially what that means is I have to go where that statue is, a little to the right, look back this way to get eyes. So I guess I better get doing that. I'm seeing the change in color of the lights on the Grand Roue. I will say that in terms of exposure, now that the sun's gone out of the picture, we're seeing on the screen pretty close to what I'm seeing with the human eye. The sky is bang on. The sky, in terms of the exposure and everything, is almost identical to what I'm seeing. But the buildings, they're a bit darker. I see more detail. They're a bit brighter. So that's unfortunately, they haven't quite gone to the point where they have the same dynamic range as the human eye. Getting close though, just a few stops away. So hopefully that'll be happening in the coming years. So we'll have gives you in one shot, because you can take multiple exposures to get, you know, the same dynamic range as the eye or even beyond it. But in terms of getting the dynamic range in a single shot, they haven't quite gotten there yet. So I'm actually liking this video. I mean, even as is, it's quite nice. We see the Grand Rue has stopped, and I'm sure it'll start up again. But this is actually quite a nice view with the portion of the Grand Rue, the Statue of Mary. We got some vehicle. Debating if I can just pan around with the camera. See what else there is to see. But I don't think I'm going to bother. I think we're pretty well done here. And I really should be getting on to other things. Okay, I noticed the ISO was going up. It went from 1,000 to 1,100 as I was speaking. It's F11, 80th of a second, and at the moment, with the ISO jumping a bit, the sky is actually just slightly brighter than I'm seeing with the eye, maybe a third of the stars. So I can change that by adjusting the exposure compensation. There, so I just adjusted the exposure compensation, a third of a stop downwards, and now, yeah, pretty much identical to what I'm seeing with the eye in terms of what the sky looks like. And as I said earlier, the buildings they're a bit darker, but you can still see plenty of detail in them. So this is very, very close to what I'm seeing with the unaided eye. If we had maybe even just one more stop of shadow detail, maybe not even, we'd be seeing exactly what I'm seeing with the eye. So we're not that far in terms of this type of shot, where there's not a huge difference in from shadow to light in terms of the range of brightness. It gets different though, you know, in brighter situations. But for this type of thing, very, very close to what I'm seeing with the eye. I think I will just pan around a bit, because I see get some interesting architectural stuff. That's the Palais de Justice. We'll keep going. That's the Aldred building. We'll just go up a bit now. We're gonna. Okay, hang on. Let's. Whoops, a daisy. My vertical was not as tight as I thought it was. So let's just try and level this a bit. So that's the Aldred building, the Art Deco style building. I think there was a short period where it was the tallest building in North America before much taller ones were built. But I could be wrong about that. I think the Sun Life building was one of the tallest, or certainly the biggest for a while. But I don't think we can see that from here. Place Ville Marie, yeah, there it is. It doesn't look terribly interesting. Royal Bank building, yeah, I'm not going to bother with that. There's a fair bit of construction going off on the west end of Montreal, past some new buildings, three or four new buildings. So anyhow, I'm going to shut up and wrap up this video. I think I will pan back though to where we were looking before shutting things down. Let's just adjust the tripod is not absolutely level, so as I pan around I can readjust. Oh, that's nice. Seagull flying through. That's a nice little clip right there. So, and yeah, the exposure was about right. Slightly brighter sky than I'm seeing, but close enough. Good thing the bus came after the seagull, or not during, because that would have ruined things. Yeah, that was a nice little clip with the seagull flying through. So, anything else worth looking at camera at? Oh, there's a bridge. There's the Molson building. But I think the 400 would be a bit too tight. We could pan around this way a little bit to see what we got. So, come around quickly. There's the Molson building. And again, we need to adjust the horizon a bit. And again, some construction. There's actually a fair bit of construction. As we can see, it's coming up for 9 o'clock, assuming that clock is accurate. And yeah, it's pretty accurate because I'm getting 8:53 on my cell phone. Yeah, you know what? I'm probably not even going to bother with the horizon. It's just too cloudy. I don't get anything interesting. So, in terms of what we're seeing here, the sky's actually a little brighter than I'm seeing. Let's adjust downwards a bit. Okay, so let's raise the shutter speed a bit. Okay, so the sky is very, very close to what I'm seeing. The Molson sign is another story altogether. I am seeing a nice red, like solid red Molson letters, but here we have, sort of washed out orangey Molson letters, which is, it's not accurately producing what I'm seeing with the eye. I can barely see the clock with the eye. The red in the clock is closer to what I'm seeing in terms of the Molson letters. It's just unfortunate. It has a big truck with a railway company at the back of it. Bridge up a bit here. So what was I going to say? Yeah, digital, bright light sources just burn out. Unfortunately, it just doesn't hold the detail, hold the color in bright light sources. That's one area that needs to be improved. I think they're working on it. I think they know that issue. And perhaps with HDR video or whatever, it might be possible to see that nice red. Even if I was to adjust the ISO lower, first of all, I lose all the detail of the building and become a silhouette, and I'm still not sure I'd get the red that I'm seeing. So yeah, nice red. Let's pan down. Yeah, so we got a little boat going through there. A little late. There's the old port tower. And as you can see, the 400 is a little tight. See some people there. They're probably getting ready to see the fireworks. Those people near the port tower are probably getting there to see the fireworks. So I might actually, that might be a thing to do. This is kind of nice. Port tower, the building in the background, which is now condos. And we're seeing part of the, I think, CBC tower. Monolith off to the left is the CBC tower, former CBC tower. They moved into a smaller building across the street. So I'm not sure what's happening with the tower. I think it's going to be leased out to other businesses, but I don't know exactly what's happening. But oh yeah, I just missed the boat there. There it is, just a little. Okay, so what else? Let's go to the bridge. There's the bridge. Oh, with the Olympic Stadium in the background. Okay, so let's just adjust our. Alright, you got a bus just right by, shaking things up. But this is kind of nice with the Jacques Cartier Bridge and the Olympic Stadium. Again, a bit too tight, as it would be nice to see the river just there. So yeah, 300 would be better, maybe 200. But yeah, there's a nice tight framing here. So what can we do? I'm not going to change the lenses. This is actually kind of nice. Excuse me. I think I will take a still of this view. Nice. And fireworks would be better off around where the old Port Tower is. Take me about half an hour to get there. Which I think still gives me time. Yeah, because it's not even 9 o'clock. Let's see how accurate that clock is. Oh yeah, pretty close, pretty close. It's reasonably accurate. That's the clock on the Molson Tower indicating, or I shouldn't say tower, former brewery, not really like a tower, it's a large building. And yeah, the clock is reasonably accurate. It's about accurate to within a minute or two. I'd say. Let's see. What is my cell phone telling me? My cell phone is telling me 9. And that's looking a little before 9. So maybe it's a minute slow. So only got about 3 minutes of recording time left. Let's come back to the bridge, the Olympic Stadium, and I guess we have to raise the angle just a little. There we go. I'll just tighten up the handles here. So, yeah, I think this is worthy of a still photo. So, don't see much else interesting. Top of the Aldrin Towers coming up. That might be moderately interesting. But yeah, I think we're pretty much done. I'm just going to go back to shooting stills.